Hello everyone, Jeff here. Welcome back to some more Oaken Tower. It's been a crazy weekend in Oaken Tower for the release. Had some big streamers playing the game, a lot of eyes in the game. Northern Line was playing it, Soda Poppin' was playing it. Kind of a big deal. The other thing that happened for the game is that the meta got extremely toxic on Friday and Saturday. And the dev, Bakary, the good man that he is, updated the game today. It is currently Sunday night. I have not played since the patch came out, but things have changed. The bow has gotten nerfed, the regular bow, which might have been a problem if you guys saw any of the end of my stream on Friday. I'll put a link in the description. The back half of that, you can see how toxic the bow builds got. Some other things got changed. Some events got nerfed. Some got just changed all the way around. Some items got tinkered with. Overall good, and we got new content coming on the 5th. So, today I'm going to do like an over-explained sort of run. One ranked run. I am currently in Master 3, so just over 7k. I have no idea what rank I am currently, because I haven't played all day. I went out and touched grass. I'm at 49. Most importantly, top 50, but more importantly than that, above Civil. So, shout out to you, Civil, if you're watching this. Anyways, let's go. I'm going to try and explain this a lot as we go. I'm going to turn off Witch and Storm, I think, for this run. And I'm going to select perks. Now, not all of these you're going to have access to at the same time, or like starting out, but it does matter. I think things have changed with Power Slot. Was really good with regular bow, but now that we're not doing regular bow, I don't really need it. I think Scorch is really good. I think Electric is fine, but if we're taking out Storm, I don't want to use it. And Hex is kind of interesting, and it allows some good stuff. I guess I don't also need Artillery after the nerf, so let's take Melee. This is a Melee slot. That's fun. These are all fun. Alright. So we start with the Scorch perk. Starts us with a Wildfire. We get a burn slot on day 3. It adds burn to an item. It's really good. So in this tier, right, where we're going to play people between like 5,000 rating and like 10,000, right below Grandmaster, tempo is like super important. So the goal here and my strat has been to win day 1 with a decent enough build that I have a chance of winning day 2 if all I do on day 2 is level up. So the only real option here in the shop for us is Arcane Mace. One of the things about burn is that if you do not have enough burn to compensate for the burn stacks ticking down, like just 5 burn is not enough to increase the stack, so it's not going to be really good. A single Arcane Mace is very powerful. I think also because both of these are 25 gold items, we probably should reroll once here and hope. You could have like leaned into a Spyglass Sharp Steel sort of build. There's a bunch of axes here that do axe things, but we're gonna try to go fire here. And we missed entirely. And there's no way we can do anything with fire by rolling again, so I'm going to leave the shop. We ran up against someone who just decided to level on day 1, so it's a free win for us. That's really good. Which also is like a buff for us for not trying to roll anymore and force anything. However, at the same time, if we had bought nothing, leveled up, we would have just won with the Wildfire. This is why I think perks that let you start with a 15 to whatever gold item is very powerful. So here I have a Flare, which did get a buff in this most recent patch. It is 0.1 second faster, which is relevant, I think. We have enough to level, and then we have 32. So the options here are quite literally Flare to give both of these more burn. It should help us win. Or take the Goblet for economy. I'm going to go ahead and take the Flare because I'm going to want it for most of the run. But I think it would be reasonable to take the goblet there as well. It might also be correct to take the goblet there. We'll see how it goes. As a rule, you're almost always going to want to take Healing Touch just because of the way this works. So you get double your max HP if you take Healing Touch. This is why we level up on day 2. It's very important. And then you get 10 gold immediately. Now, Blessing's really tempting, and for a long time I only took Blessing. Until, you know, changes and the meta shifted and whatnot. So the 10 gold you get right now really helps you win. Winning gives you an extra, I want to say 4 gold, but it might be 5. I can't exactly remember. It doesn't give you gold. I'm sorry. It gives you XP. It gives you extra like 4 XP. So that's important. Also, obviously, the goal is to get to 10 wins and not lose hearts, right? So having, what is this, 358 more HP is massive for this next fight. And the 10 income doesn't affect us right now. So we're getting 10 gold immediately. So it would take 2 days to catch up. So it's just really not worth it. And now, here's the other good thing. Burn slot. Flare doesn't normally give burn to itself. It only gives it items that currently have burn. Well, if you put on a burn slot, now it has burn. In the shop, this is really easy. I mean, Frozen Orb's an incredible roll on 3, and you could do some really good stuff with it. But we're already like 3 items in to a fire build with a Molten Bow in the shop. And while I do think we have enough money, if we have like 13, 13, 13, I do think we have enough money if we wanted to just like buy Frozen Orb, buy Cold Shot, buy Snowflakes. I don't think that's as good as just buying Molten Bow here, not spending a thing, and then being able to level up on the next day, which is what I'm going to do. Ward Binder is a fantastic item. We don't have any shields yet. Paladin's Hammer we don't need to look at. Oh, it's our friend Fluffy, and he's got a one wildfire? 1 star wildfire. I was confused for a second because of the colors, but that's because I'm an idiot. Yeah, my very good friend Fluffy Juju has been slain. I'm glad that happened. I will link this video to him later. These events are not really exciting to me. I think we're supposed to take a lifeguard here. Homebrew is tempting. The vials are very RNG. Homebrew is very RNG. Multicast to a shield can be very powerful, but getting a lifeguard with +1 multicast kind of hoses some powerful items in the game. For example, if someone pulled a runic shield, it could cause some problems. If we have a lifeguard, it just hard counters it, so that's nice. So immediately the shop is pretty easy. There's a Dreamcatcher here. Dreamcatcher on day 4 is something you kind of always want to be doing. And lowering the cooldown of really any of these things is going to be good for us, so I'm just going to take it. I am going to put it under the wildfire with the intention of getting a wildfire to 2-star. So that on trigger it permanently gets 1 burn, and then if we get this down to a 1-second cooldown, which is the minimum, then we'll be in good. We'll be good. I'm gonna level up as well. One thing you should never do that I see a lot of newer players doing, you leave a lot of gold on the table, or you like spend all your money leveling up. Don't do that. Just use right click to level up as much as you need to. Save your extra money. There's no benefit to being halfway to level 4, right? All right, I'm playing against Z's here. They took Homebrew, and they got a 65 armor 3-second item, which is fine, but it's not gonna do anything. We have our wildfire. It went down 0.4 seconds. That's pretty good. Let's see what's in the shop. There's another lifeguard. See, I don't think I'm gonna invest in lifeguard because while it is good, it doesn't scale in the way you want it to. Late game, people are putting so many debuffs on you that cleansing 5 or even 10 is not enough. I guess in this case it'd be 20 because it's multicasted. So you kind of just use it right now as a safeguard. I'm also gonna sell this arcane mace. Well, let's do the math first. First, I want to level up. All right, yeah, we're 3 gold short of this wildfire. I want to sell this arcane mace. This game has a system where if you have an item, you're more likely to find more of said item, hence why we found a couple lifeguards in the shop and extra wildfires. So I want to reduce the chances of us finding items that we don't already have, right? And when these combine, they're going to take the lowest possible cooldown of our items, so it's okay that, like, one is higher and one's lower. And now we're fighting against Casual Grandmaster, because that's how this game works. He was very toxic before. I'm not going to pronounce his name because it's, well, he's trying to get people. You can tell by what it is. Anyways, another one down. So 5 wins seems pretty good. All right. This day is very interesting. So I don't think I would ever take the potion shop from Granny in this situation. There's very few situations when you should actually take it. You have to be like overflowing with money. But the bottom option, while high RNG, is very powerful. You just see 7 random potions. Some of those potions can win you the game on the spot. Sometimes you can click this and you'll find like bad potions and you basically get nothing. This guy, both his options are very good. Items on sale is consistently powerful. Cheaper rerolls and immediately the cheaper rerolls also gives you 15 gold. I think I'd rather have the items on sale, but for the sake of the video, I think it's more fun. We're going to steal a potion from Granny. Okay. When you see big potions like this, they're like greater potions. Well, these are essences, not potions. So the best potion we got is this thing. This give 8 shield to an item is pretty strong. We don't really care about crit as a burn build, because that's not a thing that happens. These essences... So, there's 2 things we could do here. One is take an arcane essence. If we find an arcane orb, we could put it over this wildfire, and it could start adding other debuffs. That's extremely powerful. If we took a crystal essence, we could make it so that if we get an amber item, an amber necklace, we could trigger it off something else. I think the highest upside play here is arcane essence. Iron potion's a safe option, but admittedly, that's a soul splitter. I mean, the problem with that is if we had an arcane orb to put over anything, we just put it over a soul splitter and probably win from there. The shop doesn't have anything that helps us scale or improve our chance to win right now, so we probably want to level up. One thing I do when we probably want to reroll. One thing I do when I'm rerolling is I will see how much gold I need to level up. Like in this case, we need 52. I don't think I'm going to roll past 52. I'm probably going to level up. That's the way I play. Sometimes it's incorrect, but as like a loose rule, I think it's kind of safe. All right. We have a fire mace here. It's a very good fire item. At 2.5 second cooldown, 8 burn. It's already way better than our wildfire. Just way better already. Could probably just take it. It also, at 2-star, is way better than wildfire. So what we could do is move this over here. I'm going to buy the fire mace, I think. So now we're not leveling up, right? So now I'm going to fish a little bit. Because if we can hit... Well, I guess not. When you think about it. Because if we roll, right, we're going to have 24 gold next after the roll. We aren't going to be able to buy a wildfire because that's 25. The only reasonable thing we could do after that is like sell this lifeguard, buy the wildfire to get a chest. I think that might actually be worth rolling once. Maybe even twice. There's no real good items here for what we're doing. One more time. What could be to hurt? You just waste a little bit of gold, right? But it's not a waste if we hit. All right, and so this sells for 15. Yeah, I'm good for one more. That's the Doom Guide. Doom Guide just a little too slow right now, like in this meta. If you have ways to add a tag to it, you could kind of cheat it. And that's very powerful, but not doing it here. All right, so with this, I think we just go to the next fight. I'm gonna keep the lifeguard in over the second wildfire. I don't feel super confident about our build at the moment. That was a pretty bad shop for us. But ooh, close. So yeah, fire mace powerful. All right. So here's something else that's very, very interesting if you've never played Oaken Tower before. So as you level up, the chest reward you get from matching 3 items changes. At 3 and 4, you get an epic chest. And at 5, you get a legendary. So we have the option right now to level up and buy if we want to go after a legendary item. However, I think in this spot, there's multiple epic items that I would rather have. Now, that type of knowledge kind of comes with time of playing the game. But we know baseline that we want as many fire maces as we can get. So I think I'm just going to grab it first. And immediately reward it with another fire mace. So I'm going to take that. We don't have to look at the others. We can probably get rid of the shield now. Day 7. It's been on long enough. Now we have 40 gold here. But our current odds are like 15% epic. The commons are still too high. This is something else, like your chance of getting rare loot increases as your level goes up. Up until I think it's like 20, 30, 30, 20. But we're going to level up. I have a buffed wildfire. It's kind of nice. It's whatever. I think if this is not over here, we should just go ahead and get rid of it because we don't want to see it more. We'll just go to the next fight. So just looking at this, we should win. It's very dependent on if we kill them fast enough. Their stuff isn't super fast yet. Eventually, they'll just heal for infinite immediately, but we should do enough burn to kill them before they kill us. See how much they're healing for, but the burn's gonna overwhelm them. But once this Holy Sigil gets down to a lower cooldown, this is gonna go crazy. Oh, that's a new thing that was added. At certain intervals, your lucky percent goes up, and it's just a chance to get lucky rolls. So now this, whenever you get to the cleric, you should make it so that you have 1 extra loss to give. Yeah, let me rephrase that. If you can make it so that your total number of hearts goes to 4, 7, or 10, you should take this one because you're giving up 500 max HP for an extra death, essentially, which is like you could spend you like give up a whole shop investing for 500 HP, which is worth it. Like, obviously we have 10, so you can't go over, so just having 500 max HP is better. But let's say you had 3 hearts. that would mean you were going to die if you lost a fight now, because you lose 3 hearts after, I think it's day 5 or day 6. If that's the case, then you should just take this, so then you'd end up with 5 hearts, you can lose, and you can lose again, and you're still okay, so. Just little things like that add up. Alright, so now we take this fire mace. We need to see a legendary. This thing's at 1.6. This is really strong. Obviously, we're looking for fire-related things. That's kind of what we're doing. We don't hit any. If you don't hit anything you think you're going to use, I'm a big fan of just taking the most expensive thing. And I'm probably just going to immediately sell it. It has no synergy here. Same with this whole shop. It's a bleed dark item, a bleed item, a crit item, dagger, mace, axes. They don't matter. There's another flare. This would technically make us stronger, but it's probably not worth spending 25 gold on at this point. It's kind of slow, like 3.9 seconds is kind of slow. Solaris is good. This is a very good item, but not here. Launcher is interesting. I think there's a lot of situations in the fire build where if you have your molten bow very powerful, like if you've put additional burn on it, taking launcher is totally real, because it will trigger this 2 additional, like this triggering another random bow twice if you only have 1 other bow would trigger this twice, and since it has 2x, it makes it 4 times, and so on and so on. It's very powerful. However, we haven't upgraded at all, so I don't think it's what we want to be doing. There's a runic shield here, which is very good. I'm just going to take another molten bow, because even though what I just said about molten bow not having leveled it up, leveling it up further would be nice. On the other hand, we're starting to deal with some very powerful builds in this meta right now. It is possible that I should be fishing for something greater than leveling up this molten bow. I think I'm gonna keep rolling. Okay. Okay, this is the play. So we got Staff of Zeus. I guess I'll go through the items here. Like Anvil, this is for sword build. If you have a bunch of swords, Anvil's very good. It's a little late for that though. Personally, I'm like after day 6, I'm a little sketch on Anvil. Arcane Cleaver, kind of the same thing. It's an early game item. Same with all of these. Simpler curses you have to build around. Staff of Zeus makes your burn take faster. Very powerful when you're applying a lot of burn, which we're doing. It also has burn on it, so flare affects it, so that's nice. And it's honestly so good that I'm going to freeze this in the shop to get another one. All right, we're going up against an axe build today. Start of combat, give your axes 8 damage permanently. They're going to do that 3 times. So if we survive the initial onslaught, I think we win, but they're going to hit pretty hard here. They've got double frost axe. Yeah, they have a lot of burst. That's one of the reasons you level up, because if we have the same amount of HP, we lose that fight. All right, 8 of 10. All right, now we have honestly pretty unexciting options. Cursed items are really cool. They're mostly dark related. This guy's basically, if you're dark build, he'll have something for you. Celestia, if you already have a 2-star item, you can get a 3-star, which is awesome. We haven't got there yet. You could just take a copy item. Get 15 gold and a mirror elixir. It's an insane amount of value. It's not a lot of scaling, but it's pretty good. I think from here, we're allowed to take the Staff of Zeus. I think we could roll a couple times. One thing I don't want to do is like invest money in a Dreamcatcher, because it's gonna not stay in the build. Unless we wanted to like buy the Dreamcatcher and then mirror elixir it, but that seems incredibly wasteful. I'm looking just for burn stuff, anything to add multicast, because that's what we're going to want to replace the Dreamcatcher with, is a way to give the Fire Mace multicast. Obviously, looking for more Fire Maces, that's kind of maybe the biggest thing we're looking for right now. Not wildfires. Okay, another Staff of Zeus is pretty good. I was gonna get a Mirror Elixir version of it. Now I kind of have to decide, do I want another Staff of Zeus or I want to level up? I think we take the Staff of Zeus, get the chest. If it's something we don't want, we can just... we could just level up, but instead we hit a Lost Fragment, which is one of the things I was talking about that I wanted. So here's what I'm going to do. We have 29. This thing is 18 gold, so that puts us at, is that 47 gold? That's enough to level up. I'm going to sell this Molten Bow. All right. We level up. We get 2,000 HP. It's a huge chance for us to win. However, I am kind of sacrificing this day for the future, because if we can get 2 triggers of Dreamcatcher in this next fight, Fire Mace will be at 1 second cooldown, then we're set, and then we can, like, put the Lost Fragment underneath it. It's really good. That's the plan, anyway. We'll see what we're fighting against. A most common moon item with Frozen Orb. All right. This thing's going to hit really hard. But it's only 1 item. It's close. We still win. But it is close. It's a very powerful Lunar Codex. Best of all, we did put our Fire Mace at absolute lowest possible cooldown. And now we can do this. So there's another Staff of Zeus. I think it's probably worth taking. Because now we can sell the Dreamcatcher. I'm going to buy the Staff of Zeus. It's 60 to level up. Well, I guess I can't level up now then. Oh well, alright. Take a Fire Mace. That's what you would think the play is, right? That's what you would expect. There's also a Blazing Bull here. This is something that would have been great earlier. I mean, it's still great now, honestly. But I'm going to make a different play. So, you could buy either of these 2 items, be really happy. Like, you could slot the Fire Mace in over this Flare, and it'd be really good. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to buy this Goblet and freeze the shop and save our money. And hopefully, next shop, we can buy a Fire Mace, roll into another Fire Mace, buy that one, copy it, get this to 2-star, and then level up. It might be a little greedy, but that's how I'm playing it. We're fighting against Bisexual Morpheus. Love that. He's probably going to kill us. He's doing the same thing we're doing, except significantly better, because he has a Fire Orb that he's put in this Molten Bow. Yeah, we're just going to die. He has more HP than us, too. Yep, good job. He has killed me many, many times. This is his ghost. He's over 10k. But that's okay. Now, on day 11, you get to choose between these 2. They're the same every time. If you have a lot of multicast damaging items, this one's good. If you want to gamble, take the 3 lucky rerolls. Alright. I'm gonna buy this Blazing Bowl. I'll roll. We get Shock Vial. Oh, they changed this. This stands out more. I don't think we care. We do apply shock, but I don't think we care. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Gosh darn it. Here's the thing, right? I think there's an argument to be made that you shouldn't touch any of these presents. Each of them have different things. It's very dependent on what your build is, whether to take it. I don't ever buy leftover packages personally. I think they're a trap. I'll only buy the vials present if I have a weapon I really want to put vials on. These others are more interesting. So Red Present has a chance to contain a Crown Forge brew, which normally costs 200. It also has fire stuff, and we're already doing fire things, so I'm going to take it. We have a chance to hit a Fire Mason here. We hit a cursed item, a wildfire, and an amber. That's pretty terrible. All right. So, yeah, we lost like 7 gold on that. All right, so now I'm going to buy the blue chest because it has a chance to have a potion that gives 1 multicast. Instead, we got 8 free rerolls, which is honestly not a terrible deal. All right, I'm going to sell this goblet now, buy the shiny chest, and hope we didn't just waste money. Value potion's fine. With 8 rerolls. Oh, I hate this. This shop's pretty cool. These rainbow potions guarantee a second roll, another lucky shot, but you can chain into the same one, which is bad. Liquid luck guarantees, like increases your base luck, which means you'll get more lucky shops. And Potion of Appearance greatly increases the chances of finding the same item in future shops, which I think is really important, obviously. Be good on Fire Base. But maybe we don't need it because we already have 7 free rerolls. Which is kind of what I'm fishing for here. It's a Fiery War Axe. It's probably worth grabbing. It's also probably worth using the value potion on. We immediately find the Fire Mace after. I think I'm supposed to sell to get it. Then copy it with the potion. Now it's permanently gaining 3 burn on trigger, which is huge. We take this Warhorn and sell it. There's nothing crazy here, so I think we're just gonna buy the goblet and just let it generate money. It doesn't have to be in your tower to generate income for start of day items. And this Arcane Essence has ended up doing nothing, which, again, it's kind of the downside of those events. All right, let's get Swifty. Shout out to Rick. Okay, so this Redemption is doing a butt ton of damage. And they have heal on everything. Oh, we might just be dead. Maybe they're slow. We'll see. We're pretty fast, but no, we're not. Oh. You know, I thought we had it there for a second. That was interesting. So it is very hard to get the final win in this bracket now. Good news. The good news is we are only 1 away. So I think we want this Nature Skull on this Fire Mace. It's gonna be one of the better ways we can improve our damage. So I'm just gonna do it. This flare is still like super loose just having it over here. One thing we could do, and this might be a little crazy, we could just buy this Moonstone. It has 4 multicast. So it hits 5 times. This is a burn slot, so it's 25 burn every 2.9 seconds. That would make it better than the War Axe. I'm feeling spicy. It's a little weird. Party Brian 5000. Okay, so they're still on the bow stuff. Oh no, this is a build from several days ago, or from at least yesterday, back when regular bow still had its crit. So this was what was terrorizing everyone, and we're probably going to die to it because it's going to be faster than us. We're not particularly strong. Came close. Like, they were like a second and a half away from dying. Yeah, this is really strong. This combination. Basically what happens is Dragon's Call. If you only have unique bows, you trigger all your other bows 2 times. Launcher triggers 2 other random bows. So when this triggers, it triggers this, so it just repeats itself until this is out of charges. Because they have 2 bleed bows, their Shard Fang is hitting every time bleed happens. It's hitting twice, so it's really powerful. And then they time pin it to make it faster. Without the time pinning, I think we win that, but it's how it be. Our Fire Mace did get stronger. Having more HP here would be good. Honestly, upgrading Moonstone wouldn't be terrible either. It would gain 4 more multicast on our burn slot. I don't know if that's as important as, like, upgrading Staff of Zeus, though. Or upgrading Lost Fragment. Or something like that. Alternatively, we could just level up. And get, like, 3,000 HP. Yeah, that's probably better. Alright, off we go. We'll have to see if this is good enough. Against Crestland. He's using poison? Oh, but he has a protector. Oh. So protector cleanses a bunch of your debuffs, so it's like really good against us. But we burn very quickly. Oh, frick. Yeah. Protector was the difference there. He also venoms very quickly. He's basically doing the same thing, except he's got it on the legendary version. Like, he's got it on his War Axe, whereas I have it on this mace. Alright, and we take it down to the wire as to whether we get 9 wins or 10 wins. Personally, I think you take the top one. 45 gold's really nice. There's situations where an epic chest is really good. But normally you want specific things. So this potion doesn't really do anything anymore. Well, I think one of the ways we get more powerful is getting an upgraded Nature's Call. I think that's the most obvious way. So we just have to be careful, look around. We could take a Blazing Bowl. We apply a bunch of burn, it gives us shield, it's effective HP. It might even be better than the War Axe. I'm gonna trade them out. We'll see how it goes. Another Lost Fragment. So here's the thing, right? This is gonna be the last fight. So we have to think, does getting another one of these help us? The only situation I can think where this helps us is if we decide we get rid of this Moonstone, put the Staff of Zeus here, take this Lost Fragment, and put it underneath this Blazing Bowl, and just say, like, hopefully the amount of burn is going to give us enough shield that's going to let us survive. The problem is, it triggers on 4 seconds, so it's not even going to trigger until 7.2 seconds into the fight. Which is kind of not great. So I think we skip it. Dragon Bow, kind of neat, but not what we're doing. Fire Orb is something we wanted earlier, but we just didn't get it. Okay. Okay, so this shop's really interesting. So there's 2 time tonics, and a time vial. That's 1.2 second reduced cooldown. We could put it on a Nature's Call to get Fire Mace doubling faster. We could put it on the Blazing Bolt to get it down to like a reasonable cooldown. Still wouldn't be super fast. We could also get an upgraded time pendant. I kind of like this. Hold on. We're going to get 3 time pendants. We get a chest. Let's see what's in the chest. Nothing. Good. All right. We're taking the most expensive item. So now we have to buy all the time potions, right? So what if I do this? What if I get rid of this moonstone? Put the time pendant over the blazing bowl, right? Then reduce the time pendant's cooldown to 1 second. So now every second it reduces the cooldown of this by 2. And then we have an extra -2 to go somewhere. I guess having it on the Nature's Call is like slightly better than not. This does generate us some shield, so depending on our opponent, it could be good. If shield matters, this was a good play. If they end up being poison or something, it didn't matter, but that's my reasoning behind all of this. So that's my reasoning behind this entire run. Let's see what happens against Strong Wizard. The Master, is he running? Oh no. Oh no, we've died. They have more 2 stars than I do. And their Fiery War Axe does 4,400 damage. So yeah, I'm just gonna... We're running at 1 speed. You see how much damage we're taking immediately. We barely get to start here. Wait. No, it was so close. It was so close. Blazing Bull ended up doing a lot. I wonder if that 0.2 seconds mattered. It should have been somewhere else. You know, it is possible I should have put that 1 second over here. It really did matter, though. Good game, Strong Wizard. Yes, he had 2 time pendants going on. This Fiery War Axe was hitting for 1 billion damage. We did abandon our Fiery War Axe earlier. We could have kept it, but again, it matters that you hit your 2 stars. It's the difference sometimes between 9 wins and 10 wins. But I was totally reasonable. We got plus 86. Not bad. Average enemy rating is 9,300. Yeah, I'm content with that. And we look at the leaderboard. We moved up 2 spots. We're at 47, and I'll probably a different one later. But anyways, hope you guys like this like super explained run. I'll do other runs where I'm just like speed running through the game at a later day, but want to try something different. Anyways, hope you guys like this. Hope the new people to the Oaken Tower community found this helpful. I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day. Don't forget to do YouTube stuff. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate you. See you later. Jeff out. Bye.